Hello everyone, Danny here again. Once again, another video or another Audible book that I got in particular to listen to around Halloween. It's called The Night of the Living Dead, and it's about a young woman who she's recently divorced. She has her daughter with her. Her daughter, I think, is 8 years old. And she wants to go back to the Jersey Shores, to the town that she grew up in. And she wants to buy one of the old mansions that was there. And she doesn't want to turn it into a bed and breakfast because the woman can't cook and has no interest in learning how to cook. So she just wants to turn it into a place where people can come, spend the night, stay there, go out and eat in the town kind of a thing. So she buys the house. She's learned from her dad how to fix things up. She's fixing the house up. Turns out there's 2 ghosts residing in her house. And there's an accident that occurs that makes it so that all of a sudden she can see and interact with these 2 ghosts. And they convince her to try and solve the mystery of their murder because they're trapped in the house. They can't escape. They want to escape this house. Maybe if they solve the mystery of the murder, they'll be able to escape the house. This is one of those books to where the mystery itself almost plays almost plays a back role to the story. The story is really her relationship with her daughter, her mother, with the ghost, with the people in the town. You never really get this drawn in, suspenseful feeling about the mystery itself. But you're never disappointed in the story at all. It's thoroughly engaging. It draws you in. You become a part of this woman and her child's life. Towards the end of the book, the last maybe 1/4 to 1/3 of the book, then the mystery comes to the forefront. Then the mystery kind of takes over. It never ends up leaving you really feeling, scared or terrified, even when the heroine is going through some truly scary, horrific events. I don't know why, but the way it's written, you yourself don't feel that. You don't feel disappointed about not feeling it. You still thoroughly enjoy the story. The narration is wonderfully done. Love the narrator. No problems there at all. There's some characters that you keep waiting for them to turn out to be the bad guy. Because you do. I mean, the mystery does play enough of a role in the book that you do kind of try, I think that's the bad person. Oh, well, I think that's the bad person. Oh, well, I think... In the end, at least me, I didn't come close to guessing who the killer was. And then the killer's kind of part of a team, so actually I guess half the team I figured, but I didn't think they'd have that half the team be the killer because it'd be too obvious. But the second half of the team, no clue whatsoever. One of the things that I really liked about this book, so the heroine, at the end of all of these horrific things happening, even though you yourself, don't feel the horror and everything that she's gone through, the author does an excellent job of having her react to this situation in a way that you would expect someone going through that to react. And so even though you haven't really, at least I didn't feel the suspense and the fear in the moment, the young woman's reaction at the end of it made that feel real and made me more aware of what the young woman had just gone through and realized that actually was really kind of suspenseful and dramatic, even if I myself didn't end up really feeling it, The book climaxes on Halloween. So it doesn't have this huge, even though it's a haunted house, it doesn't have this huge Halloween feel to it until that final climactic moment when it climaxes on Halloween. It is a book that I would not have worried at all to have listened to around my children. There's some dead people. There's some ghosts. The ghosts are all friendly. In fact, one of my favorite parts of the book is when there's a group of kids in there and the ghosts start interacting with the kids in the house. It's hilarious, and I really enjoyed that part of the book. There's a little bit of, adult innuendos, for lack of a better term, but that's not even really it, because I wouldn't say that it really goes to the adult innuendo kind of a point. There's just some moments where you could almost read adult innuendos into it. That's what I'll say. You could read adult innuendos into it. So as an adult, that tends to be the way you kind of read adult innuendos into it, but it would totally fly over the heads of any kids listening, and they wouldn't even be curious about it. So for me, I wouldn't have worried about listening to this book around my kids. It's not going to give nightmares. They're not going to ask any odd questions at all. It's a really good book. It's part of a series, and there's already, I think, 10 or more books in the series from what I remember from looking at the series. And it's one that I'm going to go back to in the future at some point in time. Maybe, before Halloween next year, I'll get the next book in the series and listen to that. It was part of a 2-for-1 book deal, two books for 1 credit from Audible, which was the other reason why I got it. Another reason why I love Audible. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you like my channel, please subscribe, turn on your updates or your notifications. You'll get notified when I post a new video. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, you just want to say hi, leave a comment for me. I will do my best to respond. But most importantly, make sure that today you listen to at least one really good audiobook. Thank you.